Welcome back to our channel. So if you're new here, my name is Pooja and you're watching me on UPSC with Pooja. So first of all, extremely sorry that I couldn't give any video since last few days because I'm in my home. So that's why I don't have proper setup, or you can say all these books to make the video. But yes, many of you have asked me in my comment section two questions. One is how to prepare economy, or you can say strategy and sources for the economy for the UPSC, and the second question is the strategy for UPSC CSE 2022 for the working professional and the merit. So for that one, I'm making this video, that is the how to prepare economy for tomorrow, for today, and for tomorrow you will get the working professional strategy for 2022. So for this video we are going to deal with all these four questions. Number one is the how to prepare economy for the both prelims and the mains for UPSC CSE. Number two is the sources, or you can say book list, and the number three is the strategy for the economy for separately for the prelims and the mains, or you can say integrated preparation strategy, and the importance of economy. So those who are not from the economy background, they face, you can say, very difficulty to clear the concept of the economy. So for them I am making this video because many of you, almost you can say 5 to 6 questions in my Q&A session I got also, that ma'am how to prepare economy. So for this one I am making this video separately. So first of all, one thing you have to understand, that if you are not from the economy background, then first you have to start with the NCERTs. This is the must you have to. Please don't neglect the NCERTs. That is, if you feel that 11th and 12th is quite tough for you, then please go for the 9th to 12th. First you have to complete the 9th and 10th, then you can go for the 11th and 12th. But if you feel that no, yes, I can understand that 11th and 12th, then definitely you can go for the directly 11th and 12th one. But if you feel difficulty to understand the 11th and 12th NCERT, please start with the 9th NCERT. One thing. And the number two is that 12th microeconomy is not so much important, because since last few years you don't get so much questions from the microeconomy. You will get most of the questions, that is 90% to 95% questions only from the macroeconomy. So definitely only 12th macroeconomy is sufficient, and 11th Indian economic development since independence. So if you read these two books, that is more than sufficient. But if you cannot understand the macroeconomic NCERT, then definitely you can start with the 9th and 10th NCERT, because many of comments I got that ma'am how to understand macroeconomic NCERT. So for that one, in the macroeconomic NCERT you will get the math types of questions, because there is, first you have to understand in the economy you have two portions. One is the theory portion and another is the applied portion. Theory portion is called the economics, like political science, right? So it is called the theory. And Indian polity, Indian economy, these are the applied portion, that is practical portion. When we apply the theory in our everyday life, that is called the applied, right? So it is in our UPSC preparation, or you can say in any of the government exam preparation, we have to more focus on the applied, not the theory portion. Number one is that. But without understanding the theory, you cannot relate those things with your applied economy, or you can say day-to-day economy, right? So first you have to understand the macroeconomic concept, that is called the theory. So for that 12th NCERT is more than sufficient. Please more focus on the NCERTs, especially for the geography and economy, because for the geography and economy NCERTs are more than sufficient. But if you want to read any of the standard books, definitely you can. Here you will get lot of standard books in the market for the economy, like Shankar Ganesh is good for the concept clearing. It is a small book, but I never read it personally. But I have listened from many toppers that Shankar Ganesh economy book is good for the lucid concept. And Ramesh Singh book is, I really don't want to recommend you to read the Ramesh Singh, because it's quite bulky and it's quite tough. I personally read this book 4 to 5 chapters, but it is quite difficult for me as a non-economic background student. But yes, definitely if you have interest in the economy, if you have read economy in your school days, definitely you will get interest in the Ramesh Singh economy book. But yes, if you are from the non-economic background, and if you feel the same difficulty which I personally feel, then definitely I will recommend you to not read the Ramesh Singh book, because it's quite bulky, 800 to 900 pages. And then you have Sriram IAS economy notes. This option you have. Then you have Mrunal Sir economy notes, or you can say PPT notes which are running through his classes, and you will get, I think, Sanjeev Verma economy books. So there are 5 to 6 sources for the economy standard books. But if you ask me which will I recommend you to follow, number one is the Mrunal sir lectures and the Mrunal sir notes. It is best in the market, I am telling you. It is you can say 300 to 500 pages approximately, and it is the best, it is according to me, because as you all know, Mrunal sir is very famous for his economy lectures. It is totally free of cost, available in the YouTube. But yes, definitely if you want to join his course, definitely you can. But his previous lectures are also freely available in his YouTube. If you want to clear your concept through his lectures, definitely it will help you, because I personally also followed his lectures from his YouTube channel. So you can do one thing. First, you can start with the NCERTs. Then you can watch the theory classes, not the current affairs classes, because sir have taken classes, I think, 4 to 5 years before. So these static, you can say, these data won't help you to in the exam, because it is old affairs, not the current affairs. But you will get the clear your concept on each and every topic of the economy will cleared. So I will definitely recommend you to watch his classes. It will definitely help you to clear all of your concept for the economy. So now you can take your UPSC preparation to the next level with the iconic subscription of Unacademy. What you will get personal coach, mains question answer practice, study planner, expert guidelines and mains test series, and also you will get all the benefits of the plus courses like daily live classes with India's best educators, live test and quizzes, structured courses, unlimited access and daily content. So here you can see these all are the plus benefits, and these all are the iconic benefits like India's best educators, interactive live classes, structured courses and PDFs, live test and quizzes, and these 4 are extras. That means only for the iconic subscriptions: personal coach, mains question answer practice, study planner, expert guidelines. So don't waste time and hurry up. Here you will get the 3 courses like 12-month course, which is 5,588 per month, that means 67,050. 24 months, 4,341 per month, that is 1,04,175. 36 months course, that means 3,844 per month, that is 1,38,375 total course fee. So for that, what you have to do, first you have to download the Unacademy Learning app from the Play Store. Then you have to register or sign in into the app, and then you have to select the goal, that is UPSC CSE GS, and you have to click on the link which I have given in my description below for the iconic subscription. When the page prompted, you have to give my referral code, that is Pooja10. When you apply my code Pooja10, you will get the 10% off on each and every courses which you want to buy. So don't waste time and take your UPSC preparation to the next level with the iconic subscription. And here is the last few days to enjoy the 10% discount on UPSC Plus subscription. So don't waste time and take your subscription now. But after that, if you cannot understand, then I will recommend you to read each and every topic in a very patient way, and after that try to translate them in your mother tongue. And it is my personal strategy which I have done in my when I was a beginner like you. So I will definitely recommend you, when you are starting your preparation, first you have to start with the 9th to 10th NCERTs. First try to read them. Try to understand each and every case studies which are in the NCERTs, because in the NCERT you will get lot of case studies to clear all of your concept, and it is very important to read each and every case studies also. So definitely I will recommend you to translate them in your mother tongue, but because it is the most easiest way to understand each and every concept of every subject. So it was my strategy, and after that you can write it down in your own words, right? So first you have to write it down in your mother tongue, whatever it is. As I am a Bengali, so first I always try to understand each and every concept in Bengali, and for that one I always recommend any dictionary. So first I will recommend you to clear each and every concept, clear each and every meaning of the economy. And the important part is that in each and every NCERT you will get glossaries, right? So glossary of words, that means you will get lot of words which are totally new in the geography, in the economy, in the polity, each and every subject which are 11th and 12th NCERT, you will get lot of words in the last pages. So I will definitely recommend you to clear all of the concepts from that glossaries. and try to write it down the actual Bengali, not exactly Bengali meaning, your mother tongue meaning. So I always try to write it down in a Bengali, so that I can understand each and every concept properly. So after that, you can make two types of notes for person. In my personal case, what I have done, I have made two types of note. One is the rough note and another is the fair note. So rough note is that after reading one chapter, what I have understand, I just write it down in both the languages. That means in English and Hindi with the, you can say, symbols like plus, minus, arrow, upper arrow, down arrow. That means with those symbols, I try to understand, or you can say any type of diagrams, I try to understand the concept. This is called the rough notes. And the fair notes is that after completing 3 to 5 time revisions, I always make short notes which will help me in the prelims and both the mains, because I never made notes for the particular prelims point of view. I always make notes in the prelims and mains in an integrated way. So I will definitely recommend you to make notes always in an integrated way, because if you make notes in a separate way, it will take a lot of time. So if you make integrated notes for the both the prelims and mains, it will help you and it will always clear your concept, because nowadays in the prelims also you will get lot of questions which needs much conceptual clarity. So for that, mains type of notes will help you. So for that, if you need any type of demo notes, please do let me know in the comment section, because I have my rough notes, I have my fair notes. Definitely I can share one note, that means one type of pages for the pages for the rough note, 1 pages for the fair note. So after watching them, or you can say after seeing them, you will get to know that how you should approach if you are a beginner. So if you feel, if you need, please do let me know in the comment section. I will definitely share in my Telegram channel. So my Telegram channel name is UPSC with Pooja. Many of you have asked me in the comment section what is the name. The same name which in my YouTube channel, the same name is in my Telegram channel also. And the importance of economy in your UPSC preparation. So in the prelims, economy is very much important, because in the, you can say 15 to 22% approximately, more each and every year at least 20 questions will come from the economy. So here I am not talking about the static economy, right? So for the economy, current affairs is the most important thing. Here I have already discussed all the static portions to clear your concept. So after that, what you have to do, you have to refer economic survey, you have to refer budget, and you have to refer monthly magazine, monthly, and the Hindu or Indian Express, any of the newspaper economy section. So for that, current affairs is the most important thing, because most of the questions, as you can see, almost 60 to 70% questions from the economy, 60 to 70% questions from the economy. That means within 20 questions, at least 14 questions, or you can say 13 questions will come from the current affairs oriented, right? So questions don't directly ask from any data oriented. Please don't mug up the data, or you can don't mug up the actual you can say number. Don't mug up the number from the economic survey or budget. They will ask the conceptual clarity of each and every topic which have mentioned in the economic survey and budget, and they will ask you any government scheme, or you can say feature of the government scheme which are published in the budget. So you have to refer that way. Please don't mug up any of the data, factual data, because in the UPSC don't ask you this type of, doesn't ask you this type of questions, that which is the amount for this scheme on that scheme. They won't ask you this type of question. They will rather ask you the concept. That means for them, for which section of the people, for which you can say for that reason, for which area will cover, that type of, you can say, conceptual questions will come in the UPSC prelims. And in the mains also, you can say 70 marks, at least 70 to 90 marks out of 250, or you can say almost 120, 70 to 120 marks. That means you can say not exactly 50, at least 40%, at least 40 to 50% of your paper will come from the economy sections. Right, so here you will get the agriculture also, because agriculture is something like an integrated topic between geography, between environment, in economy. So you will get the agriculture chapter in each and every book of economy, environment, and geography. So you can take agriculture in your economy part also. So definitely almost 50% of your GS paper 3 will come from the economy section. So it has a very, you can say, a huge weightage in your UPSC prelims and mains. So don't neglect this topic. And before prelims, I will definitely make a video that which are the important chapters, which are the important, you can say, which are the important subjects for, you can say, for the prelims 2021. So in this video I just wanted to share the strategy for the economy. So definitely, if you feel that this video is beneficial for you, please do let me know in the comment section. And yes, definitely please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.